So if you want to try to avoid paying tax, there is a way about it, but you need to do it when you're alive. Another area about transferring a farm probably keeps farmers awake at night time, and that's the whole issue on taxation. And it probably annoys farmers all the time when they're actively farming, the amount of money they have to pay the revenue. And I suppose we're not different than anybody else in the population, and we probably tried all our lives to try to minimise the amount of money we pay the revenue commissioners. And then the concern is, what happens when I die? Will my nieces or nephews have to pay a lot of tax? The simple answer to that is you probably have. If you leave your farm to a niece or nephew, or to a cousin, or to cousins, they will have to pay tax. But there's a way to avoid that, particularly through the niece and nephews. If some relatives has zero allowance, but nieces and nephews has up to 33,000 euros, they can inherit 33,000, and then after that they're taxed at, I think, is it 32 or 3%. So it's basically a third of everything after 33,000 is taxable, and it's death duty. I can show you the way of avoiding that. If you transfer that in your lifetime, or the person that inherits this can avoid paying a third of it. So basically you won't have to sell a third of your farm to pay the taxman. If you give that to a favourite niece or nephew when you're alive, it's, for example, if you have even a niece or nephew that's living outside the country, but comes home regularly to visit you, and when he comes home, helps out on the farm, whether it's moving cattle, or whether it's helping out at testing, or lambing the sheep, or whatever time of the year it is. So it's important in your lifetime to make a decision what you're going to do with it. And if it's to a niece or a nephew, the best thing is to tell them that. And the way of avoiding paying tax is to bring them along into the farm if it's possible. They don't have to quit their work. They can continue living wherever they're living, and they can continue working wherever they're working. But if they spend time on the farm with you, and then when they get the farm, they're going to farm it themselves, or a qualified farmer, for the next 6 years. The same thing applies as a son or a daughter as it does to a favourite niece or nephew. But you have certain criteria to qualify as a favourite niece or nephew. So don't be foolish and working very, very hard all your life, and then realising that a third of your farm is going straight into the exchequer, and the taxman is going to collect it, which is certainly hard on individual farmers. And we know farmers, we work hard, we don't particularly like paying tax, but there's one way of doing it,